Hey guys, I hope the lighting's okay. This is kind of a different lighting system than normal. Still trying to get used to the new house and filming and how I want to do that. So just want to do a little update. I'm feeling a lot better. Still have maybe a little bit of raspy throat, but not nearly what it was. And yeah, Christmas is in a couple of days. I've got my Christmas shopping done. I don't buy for a whole lot of people, so it's pretty easy for me. I did go to the mall. Excuse me. I did go to the mall last night with one of my friends, and you know, it wasn't as bad as I think I thought it would be. So, and it's kind of fun, you know, because we didn't really have anything we were desperately needing. I think we were just wanting to hang out and catch up and spend money. So I think what I'm going to do is do a separate video for beauty stuff and nail polish. Not a beauty channel, I'm not a beauty guru, but I'm just loving makeup and products right now and getting a ton of good deals, so I want to share that too. But I'm going to do that on a separate video because today I want to tackle eating disorders and binge eating and kind of where I'm at right now. I do plan on doing a video showing what I eat in a day, because a couple of you guys had left comments asking for that. I prefer to do it in the kitchen and actually show examples rather than just talk about it, because I think that's more helpful, and I'm a visual person, so those are the types of videos I like to watch. As far as where I'm at in my journey, so for those of you new to the channel or haven't watched all the original videos, I started out over 500 pounds, and I haven't been on the scale in a while, but I've got to be getting close to, I mean, I've lost over 150, but I'm probably farther than that. I don't like to get on the scale because I feel like it kind of messes with my mind a little bit and it stresses me out, so I don't do it. But I know I've lost weight. I can tell I've lost weight in the mirror, as well as physically I can do so much more. So along my journey, I went to a treatment center in 2011 and came back from that. I still see a dietitian, usually every other week, but I'm doing awesome. So I think her and I are going to space it out even more. And I see my therapist. We're doing twice a week now, which has really sped things along. And I'm sure we'll go back to once a week, probably in maybe 2 or 3 months. I'm liking the progress that we're doing and getting to kind of some of those core issues. What else? I think one of the main things I do now is I journal a lot and really talk about my feelings and just kind of check in throughout the day. Like this morning I left the house about, I think, 8:30 and went to my OA group, and I went to Walmart first, then I went to OA, and then I went to Walgreens, and then I went to Sally Beauty Supply, and then I went to the dollar store. Ours is called the Dollar Tree here. And then I went to the grocery store. So just, you know, a day of errands, and just now got home and it's 3 o'clock. So throughout the day, I just took time in between to journal how I was feeling, and I was talking to my family in between, and was talking to one of my friends, and we're trying to figure out Christmas plans, and you know, just trying to find balance. So that brings up stress, but I'm at the point now where I'm not binging over it, and I haven't been at that place in a long time. And I think what's really helped me is getting processed sugar out of my system. And I've been free of processed sugar now for 69 days. So I got my 60-day chip at OA today, which felt really good. I think one of the keys for me is to not be so strict where I feel like I'm deprived, because in the past that led to binging every single time. So say if I told myself, you know what, I'm going on this diet and I'm committing to it, I am a stronger person than this, I am better than this, and you know, I would just kind of like be so harsh on myself that it would be angry, and then I would shame myself into feeling like, yes, yes, that's right. You know, I better do this. And then I'd fall off the wagon and then binge and be like, well, I'm a piece of shit. I can't, you know, can't deal with this. And it's just too hard. I give up. And I would do that cycle over and over and over. And I finally just had to give it up and just surrender to it and say, I can't do that anymore. I can't diet anymore. I can't commit to, you know, a Jenny Craig program or joining Weight Watchers or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying those are bad. If you're on Weight Watchers right now, I'm not shaming you at all. I'm just saying for me, it brought up so much shame. I went on my first diet at age 8, and you know, we had a goal sheet. Every 5 pounds I lost, I got a Barbie. And it just breaks my heart, you know, to think that. Now, I don't blame my parents. They didn't know what to do. I was a very heavy child and just continued on with that. So they took me to the pediatrician who, you know, put me on a diet, and with the help of, it was either a nurse practitioner or a dietitian. I can't remember. But I just remember like her, like in my face. She was kind of a drill sergeant type personality. And so, and that continued. In the 5th grade, my school nurse, I loved her. We had a really good bond. She took me to Weight Watchers, and we did Weight Watchers together. And, you know, people always told me, the older you get, the harder it is. So get this weight off right now. And I just wanted to be recognized for me, you know. Didn't want to be this big person that, well, she's this, oh, and she's a nice person, and she's caring, and she's whatever else, you know. It was always that I'm the biggest person in the room to start with. Obviously not as a kid, but the biggest kid, you know, if you want to compare me to people my age. So I feel like I've always kind of stuck out. And so this journey has tripped me out quite a bit, because now I don't feel like I stand out in the crowd, or if I do, it's for a different reason. So whereas before I was the biggest person and I felt a little bit like the fat lady at the circus, you know, like pointing, staring at my body, you know, shocked at, ooh, you know, a huge person has left their house. So I really had to work on that, and I still carry some shame about that. And I still feel like I'm that same person sometimes, but I know in my heart I'm not. And I'm so proud of myself for getting myself out of that. And sorry, I didn't want to get emotional here, but one of my good friends was telling me how proud he is of me, that I set my mind to something and I did it and I'm accomplishing it. And that really felt good to hear that, because sometimes I forget how far I've come and what a strong person I am, because to live through that and to come out on the other side and to meet people who have no idea what I've been through, they just see, you know, this bright person that, you know, whatever. I mean, whatever you want to describe me as now, that's what they see. They don't see that huge person that used to, you know, have this terrible secret of eating 5,000 calories a day. So I'm just reflecting, and it feels really good. Another goal I have is to make some specific videos about exactly how I got myself out of that. Because it was a process. We're going on 2014. I started this journey. I started this YouTube channel in 2009. You know, it takes time. And I just had to surrender that, because what's the alternative? Give up and stay in it, or make slow baby steps and really make a change. And that's what I've done. And I'm still doing. I mean, I'm still changing. So, yeah, it feels really good. Really good. I actually saw someone today that I was out and about, And he said, "You look really familiar." And then he's like, "Wait, do you have a YouTube channel?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "I have watched your videos." And so it was really interesting to meet someone in person in my city that has seen my videos and doesn't know me, you know. That actually has happened with one other person that I can think of right off. So I think it both tripped us out a little bit, but it was nice too. And, you know, we're not alone. I mean, I thought about it after, and, you know, thinking about the videos I made and why I did it. And I think it's because I knew I wasn't alone. I knew I could not be the only person that is eating fast food 3 times a day and sitting home alone, binging on ice cream and cake and cookies. And, you know, I knew I wasn't the only one. And I just wanted someone to understand, because, you know, telling people in real life, I was just too embarrassed. So, and at the time, my family didn't really know about my YouTube channel or really watch it. So, and I wasn't posting them on Facebook at all. So I could kind of have that anonymity of, you know, all of the YouTube people, but not my core family knowing truly how bad it was. And I still don't really know if they really get it. I mean, they saw signs, you know, the back of my car was filled with bags, empty fast food bags. At one point, I just didn't give a shit anymore. I mean, it was just disgusting, you know? So now my car is clean. Like there's, you know, there isn't fast food bags in there. There isn't empty pop cans in there, or soda cans, you know, wherever you're from. We call it pop here, but yeah. So I didn't even try to hide it. I hid it at some times, but other times I just didn't even care anymore. So, you know, it's hard to think about those times. I'm so glad I'm out of it. And I have so much empathy for people that are still in it. And I hope you can reach out for help. Whether you're under eating, overeating, or whatever type of eating disorder, you know, you may have. Or if you don't have an eating disorder, if you just, you know, overeat here and there. I hope you can find some tools. It doesn't have to be your family. It doesn't have to be your spouse or even your best friend. You know, it can be, but there are people out there that do exactly what you do and have what you have. You just need to find them. And I found them through YouTube, especially the early years. As it's progressed, I've really wanted that one-on-one, you know, face-to-face contact rather than just email, texting, you know, talking to myself on a camera. And so I've found that also, which is great. And but I still, you know, like YouTube videos and want to continue to make them. And I know they aren't as often as they used to be. So I'm trying to work on that too. Also, I wanted to say thank you to everybody that sent me a Christmas card. I really appreciate it. I didn't mail out Christmas cards this year. I keep telling people I'm kind of grinchy this year. Yeah, I don't know. Holidays are tough for me. Not food-wise, especially this year. I mean, it's, you know, I'm just not really triggered by bags of candy or anything. But for me, it brings up feelings of being alone and not having my own family. Yes, I have my family as far as my brother and sister-in-law and their kids, and then my dad and my mom and my aunt. But my own family, my spouse, my children, I don't have that yet. And ultimately, that's what I want. And holidays are a hard reminder of that. And I'm sure if you go back to this time last year, I was saying the same thing, and probably the year before. But I do recognize I am in a process, and it's a journey, and I've chosen to stay single because I'm in transition. You know, I don't want to meet someone, well, I definitely didn't want to meet someone 2 years ago because I hated myself. I wouldn't trust someone that loved me at that dark time. Not even the weight. It's not about the weight. I was miserable, and so I wasn't ready for, you know, wasn't ready for a partner. I wasn't ready to be a partner, and I still don't know if I'm ready. I'm getting a lot closer though. So yeah, there's still that old shame voice that comes up. But I'm slowly getting NSVs, which are non-scale victories, and, you know, just seeing little things, and I'm doing things I never thought I would or could, and those are just simple things, you know. Sitting in a chair with arms, sitting in a booth. Guys, I gave up on booths a long time ago. I just said, no, I'm going to be a person that's a non-booth person, and I have to deal with that. And when I was traveling, I got home, I flew in to a larger city and then drove back. And on the way, I woke up too late and missed the continental breakfast or whatever at the hotel. So I knew I needed to get some food, and I didn't want to go to like a Burger King or McDonald's or whatever. So I just got on the road and found a Denny's, and they took me to a booth, and I started to, like, you know, stop them. And then I'm like, oh, just sit down. And I fit, and my belly wasn't even like squishing it. It was like I was just in the booth, and I was by myself, and I'm just looking around like, does anybody notice this? Like, look at this. But nobody, you know, nobody knows my history. Nobody knows what a big deal that was, having a moment by myself at Denny's. But so yeah, it's just little stuff like that that I really appreciate. And yeah, it's so hard to express it into words. So anyway, that's my little ramble. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing great. I really am happy. I woke up this morning like really calm, like just laid there like, do I have to get up for work? No. Oh yeah, I have the morning, like the day off, but the morning I didn't have to be anywhere for a while. So I don't know, it just felt really serene and just nice. So I made some coffee, and I opened some mail, and just, you know, just took it easy this morning, and it was really nice. So I think, I'm sure you guys agree with me, but I think we get wrapped up into the cell phone and the computer and, you know, work and the back-to-back calls, and just like anxious all the time. And so it was a beautiful morning. So okay guys, well, I'm really going now. So Merry Christmas, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.